Hi friends, hope you are doing well. So today I'm going to talk about my YouTube journey from 0 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers, which has happened recently, and several viewers have asked me to make a video on this topic. Now, I'm going to give you various details about what has happened during this journey, how I actually ended up making videos on YouTube and so on, and some of the statistics and data which I get from YouTube, which actually tells a lot about the channel and a lot of interesting things. Now, this video is going to be useful for you if at any point you try to think about becoming a YouTuber yourself or putting videos on YouTube. And also it's going to help you figure out some things about how the YouTube algorithm works, about the intricate nature of YouTube and so on. So let's begin. Now, I posted my first video on 10th December 2020. So this was the time when I had obviously 0 subscribers, 0 views, and the time was also 0. So if you are somebody on YouTube, your time starts at this particular point when you post your first YouTube video. Now, if I go back and look at this video has something to do with why should you write papers? And I'm going to put some of these videos on the end screen and also in the description box so you can look at them in your free time. Now, this video is of course very simple. It was made on an iPhone 7 and I had at that time difficulty in even looking at the camera. I was trying to look at the phone itself. So I was shooting using the front camera of the phone and not the back camera, which I am able to do now. So this is the way most YouTubers start out on their YouTube journey. And so that's the way I started out also. Now I reached the point of 1000 subscribers in June 2022. So it took about 1 year, 6 months to get to this 1000 subscriber point. Now, of course, when I started out my channel, I was posting videos about how to write papers, about what are the important things about doing a PhD degree. Should you do a PhD degree? I also put on some videos about how to get admission into universities, how to get good scores in exams such as JEE, such as the GRE and so on. And I also posted a lot of videos on vocabulary at that point. So this was a collection of disparate videos. Most people start out like this on YouTube because they do not exactly know what they want to do. But one of the things which YouTube started telling me, primarily through the fact that most of the viewers were interested in one particular content, which is how to get postdoctoral fellowships, and also about PhD related content and about paper writing related content. So essentially, I started focusing more on the things the viewers were expecting from my channel. And so what happened, the growth quickened up and I reached 5,000 subscribers on November 2023. So this is about 1 year, 5 months from 1,000 subscribers. So you can see that this growth was much faster. Now I continued on this journey and I started becoming better in terms of creation of YouTube videos. And then I reached 10,000 subscribers in August 2024. That took about 9 months from the period of 5,000 subscribers. So you can clearly see that the first couple of years on YouTube is actually the most difficult. This is the time when you go from 0 to 1000. This is very difficult. From 1000 to 5000 is also quite difficult. 5000 to 10,000 is relatively simpler. But of course, YouTube is a big journey and therefore a lot of things have to be learned if you are going to become good in YouTube. Now, I also have some thinking and doubts that maybe the YouTube algorithm starts favoring you depending on the more subscribers you have, the more likes you have, the more comments you have on your channel. This is very typical of anything to do with machine learning and deep learning, is that they always favor momentum. So essentially the philosophy here is that if something is working out, then try to favor that content more. Now let's come to some of the things which have been most interesting about the YouTube journey. Now, the kind of feedback I get from the various people who see the channel, that's very interesting to me. That's also very motivating for me. And I do realize that the channel is actually helping a lot of people. So that is something which made me more motivated on this YouTube journey. Now, of course, I get a lot of comments from PhD students. I get comments from students aspiring for postdocs, even faculty positions. But some of the comments which are most heartwarming are the ones I get from people who are still studying in high school and they want to figure out what they want to do in life. This is certainly very interesting. Now, I also created some content on how to get visas and so on based on my experience, and it seems that content also has been very useful to many people, because though there are a lot of immigration lawyers out there, there are a lot of experts in law, these guys have actually never gone through the process of getting a visa. So, having got a visa is a completely different experience from somebody who knows the immigration law in terms of the 221G, in terms of Schengen visa, and so on. Now, let us look at some of the details about my channel, which are going to give you some idea. Now, the channel has about 73% male viewers and 27% female viewers. The channel has viewership such that 83% of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So that's very interesting. If you are somebody in that category, please subscribe to my channel. It doesn't take a lot of work, but it does help YouTube algorithm feel better about the creator concerned. At least that's to the best of my knowledge. Now let's look at where the YouTube traffic is generally coming from on my channel. So YouTube search is 32%, browse features is 25%, suggested videos is 16%, external is 15%, and playlists are 4%. Now, playlists are those content which I have put in a particular playlist. For example, I have created certain courses, and these courses are in particular playlists. They include courses on optimization, on helicopter dynamics, and aerospace engineering. Also, playlists related to English learning, and also playlists on PhD, postdoc, masters, and so on, even high school and test and exams. So please go through my playlist and see if any of these are useful for you. And if so, try to see these playlists, because that's going to help you a lot. I've also recently created a playlist on math interview questions, which can help you. Now let us look at the different countries which are the top countries for the YouTube channel. So again, I'm going to list them from number one downward. So that's the percentage of viewers which are coming from. So number one is India, number two is US, number three is UK, number four Pakistan, number five Bangladesh, and then it continues like this: Nepal, Germany, Nigeria, Australia, Canada, South Korea, Italy, Japan, UAE, Ethiopia, Ghana, Singapore, Saudi, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Indonesia, France, Philippines, Hong Kong, Tanzania, Brazil, Somalia, Uganda, Austria, Iran, Belgium, and Spain. So again, a very global audience is there, and of course, all these people benefit from the channel. Some of the most interesting comments I have got are actually one from an island near Fiji, where the person was trying to get into some university in Australia. Also, I have been getting comments from various countries around the world which I have never visited. So this is one of the things which YouTube can do for you, is that it can get you students, get you viewers from places where you never had viewers or student before, and you may never had interactions with people of those countries. Now let's look at the age profile on the channel. So the maximum number of people are in the 25 to 34 age group. The next is 35 to 44. The next is 18 to 24. The next is 45 to 54. The next is 55 to 64, which is 2% of the viewership. That's the age group of my age actually. And then 65 plus years are also about 1%, and so on. So it's very interesting that the age group is quite diverse, and the maximum age group is at 25 to 35 points. So that's something you would expect from a higher education channel, especially focusing on PhD and so on. Now let's look at some of the most viewed videos. So these are videos which actually took off, and I had actually no idea that they are going to take off. I always think something else is going to do well, and what does well is something else. So again, this is a message that my particular prediction of the people's wants is pretty bad. So I'm looking at data to define at all these things. So number one video is actually 5 secrets for getting a postdoc position. This has 22K views. The number two video is how to go from PhD to industry at about 12K views. The third one is faculty interview questions at about 9.2K views. The fourth one is direct PhD after bachelor's. This is at about 8K views. And the fifth one is 221G US visa problems, which is at 7K views. So again, this gives you a broad outfit about people being actually concerned with problems they have in life. So it's obvious that many people who are doing PhD want to get a good postdoc. It's also possible that many people who are PhD students would like to work in the industry and corporate sectors, because after all, the jobs in academia are pretty limited. Faculty interview questions are a very important topic because, as you know, the faculty interview is the deciding feature in getting a job in universities or not. Direct PhDs after bachelor's has become very important because many universities have started giving direct PhD admissions after bachelor's, and this is an important decisions which have both pro and cons. So I have made videos on both the pro and con side of this topic. And of course, US visa videos always remain a big hit because people who are trying to get any US visa always have a lot of problems. They can have problems such as the 214B, they have problems such as 221G, and so on. And I have made videos on all these problems because I have been getting visas for a very long time. Now, what about any viral videos? Now, the video which went viral, at least to the best of my knowledge and as far as my channel is concerned, is don't publish too much. And this was a video which took off quite rapidly. And it's rather surprising. I didn't expect this to take off. This was a very simple video, but I think it hit a particular sore point as far as PhD students and researchers are concerned. There is always the pressure to publish, and so this video made the point that there are actually some negative points about publishing too much too soon. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't publish a lot of papers throughout your life, but sometime when people do a lot of salami slicing, publish too many papers in your PhD, then that can have negative consequences in the recruitment process. One more video which has gone viral pretty recently is 5 scenes of PhD students, where I have brought out some of the negative practices which are going out there among the PhD population and how students should be careful about this. Now let's look at the different courses and what's happening there. As far as the optimization course is concerned, it's doing quite well. And the most popular video here is the BFGS and DFP method and the quasi-Newton method. So very interesting in that particular Newton methods are very popular here. The number 2 course, which is the helicopter dynamic course, here the biggest hit is the figure of merit and power calculation videos. These are very important even if you are designing any simple drone which are flying around. So nowadays many engineering colleges, many people actually try to create these simple drones, and you have all the knowledge you require in some of the videos in the helicopter dynamics course here in terms of performance. Interestingly, the maximum number of viewers for the helicopter dynamics class are coming from Philippines. As far as the introduction to aerospace engineering is concerned, here also some of the videos are taking off, particularly the video on the Kuta-Joukowski condition. I don't know how that happened, but something must be there in my explanation, which is helping a lot of people here. Of course, a lot of views are coming from different countries, particularly India, Turkey, and Bangladesh. Now, the fourth lecture I have is on wind turbines. That's also doing quite well. And recently, I've started putting some lectures on math interview questions. So these are also coming out there, and these are helping various people. Now, one of the things which is going on in the different STEM interview situations and also people going for master's PhD admission is that they are subjected to some math questions, and these questions will help them. Also, it will help anybody in the college level, high school level, even preparing for competitive exams. Now, let us look at some of the factors about the technical issues in YouTube and whether they help or not. Now, when I first started making the videos, I was just making plain videos and uploading them directly using my iPhone to the YouTube web page. And at that point, the videos were doing reasonably well. But then I started seeing a lot of websites such as Think Media, such as vidIQ, and so on. And they were all telling that you should spend a lot of time on thumbnail and editing the videos. So essentially this putting b-roll into the videos is a way to make the users feel that they are continuously engaged about the particular videos. Now, I don't see a great improvement because I'm doing this editing here on the video. So if you are somebody who thinks that editing is good, please let me know in the comment section, and if you think it is useless, let me know that also, because I think this depends on the audience concerned and on the people concerned. But to some extent editing does help because I actually read out things from my notes. So I essentially prepare notes like this one here. And so I look at them and I talk about them. So every now and then when I look downwards, what I do is I put some B-roll, which will keep you engaged rather than taking a look at my hair and so on. Now, one of the things I have found is that thumbnail matters, but it doesn't matter too much. Instead, a good description placed on the thumbnail helps a lot. So sometimes I use the same thumbnail on various videos, which is my picture, and I simply change the title here. And I think to some extent the type of title matters a lot. And what seems to happen here is that if it's a title which invokes some kind of help as far as career is concerned, or it is something which is emotionally troubling to the viewer, then the person actually ends up seeing it. So that's something which I have seen over my time in YouTube. Job related titles do well, and any discussions on career and so on do well. The attention span of the viewers is not very high. Most of the viewers see till 3 to 4 minutes in a video, though the video may be 8 to 10 minutes long. Now this could be simply because they do not like to see the title or the content for a long time, or it could also be that they simply are people who do not nowadays like to see a lot of things. I find this very surprising because when I see YouTube videos, I see them completely. So I'm one of those people who actually listens to a podcast and who spends 50 minutes listening to a podcast and so on. But there are people obviously who are not in that particular mode. So this could be something which is a generational thing. Now, one more thing I would say is that in many cases ads come in YouTube, so there are people who may be switching off because of the ads. But I would say to most people that it's a good idea to watch the ads on YouTube, because remember, YouTube is actually a company, so it's making its profits from the ad unless you are subscribed to YouTube Premium. So this is a way creators and YouTube also get some benefit. Remember that YouTube splits the ad revenue 55 to 45 between the creator and itself. So I would suggest to all people to like the videos, to subscribe to the channel, to see the ads also, because that is certainly going to help YouTube be a flourishing medium, which is it today. And of course, you do realize that it helps people not to seek sponsorship, not to put memberships and so on, not to put various firewalls, but to give free content, especially if you're talking about courses and so on. It's always a good idea to watch the videos and also to see the videos so that we do not have to put those behind any membership wall and so on. Now, final question is about what about posting frequency? Is it good to post a lot or is it good to post less? So again, I have done various experiments on this. So I have found that there is a balance between consistency and between the capability of the people to actually digest the different videos which are coming out. So if you post too many videos too frequently, then again people are not able to catch up with all the content coming to them. Remember that they actually may have a life outside watching YouTube videos. They may actually have to do some work, for example research work in the lab and so on, prepare for exams. And so a good content strategy could be to release 2 to 3 videos a week, at least one video. So I have tried with 3 videos, I have tried with one video also, and I think some good middle ground is somewhere like 2 videos. So something like a Wednesday Saturday schedule or a Friday Tuesday schedule is a good one. Now finally, what about shorts? Now shorts are something which YouTube is telling everybody to do, and shorts are a good way to answer specific questions. So I found sometime that people pose very interesting questions in the comments, and one good way is to make a short to answer these questions. So again, that's something which helps people. Shorts are also given out to various people who are not yet subscribed to your channel, so it can help the channel grow rapidly. So this was some of my insight about my YouTube journey from 0 to 10,000 subscribers. If you have any particular concepts, please let me know. Of course, I still have a lot of improvement to make. My thumbnails are quite bad according to most people. I get every now and then a comment, or I get emails that my SEO is very bad. Now I don't know how to improve it, but as far as PhD content is concerned, higher ed content is concerned, it is somewhat hard to make the SEO such that a lot of people are going to click on this video. This is not entertaining concept, this is not entertaining content. The other thing is that people tell you to niche down, but I feel that niching down can also be boring as far as the creator is concerned. So at least in my channel it is named after me, so I try to put in content which I feel has archival value. So I sometimes put courses, I sometimes put material which may be slightly off topic, but I think these are of interest to me, and hopefully these are also of interest to some viewer out there. Now, one of the challenges as far as any person who is teaching is concerned is that most of the time the students may not be really interested in the material being taught to them, but you have to keep doing your duty of teaching this to them. Some of them are going to like it, even if one student benefits from the content, it's certainly useful. So sometime I put videos on some very complicated topics such as Foucault theory in differential equation, and then I see 70 to 80 people have seen those videos. Sometime I get emails on that also. So it's interesting to note that somebody out there around the world is benefiting from that particular content. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section, and do check out the description box for different playlists, and make sure you look at my playlist to see if any of them is useful for you, and maybe you can watch them during your weekends.